Breaking news, a suspect in the ambush-style murder of a San Antonio police detective is now in custody. After the murder, the police chief declaring, quote, "The uniform was the target." This is the latest episode in a national war on police. Joining me now, former NYPD Commissioner Bernard Kerik. We meet again, huh? It's just absolutely amazing. We have 4 police officers targeted since Friday over the weekend. 2 are dead.
And 2 days before that, you had a U.S. Marshal that was shot and killed with the Justice Department. You know, I think this represents this national war against cops, the rhetoric that's been pushed by the government. You know, it's to see what they're going through right now is demoralizing. We have to have leadership in the White House that's going to support them. We have to have leadership in the governor's office that supports them. And they need resources to do their job. And I think it's terrible what's happened.
Is there something from a policy point of view, particularly from the new administration, that can have some sort of immediate impact?
No, I think the biggest thing, Charles, is support.
Rhetoric.
You know, the rhetoric. You know, people out there, there's this whole anti-government, anti-law enforcement, anti-establishment, anti-law and order mentality. You see it in the protests. You see it in these attacks on cops. You see it in the political rhetoric. You see it in our schools. I mean, what happened last week after the election was appalling. These kids out there protesting the government, protesting the new president. Most of them didn't even vote. You know, it's appalling, and I think it's generating and it's sort of perpetrating this anti-government thing.
In the meantime, in the last week, we've also heard from a lot of city mayors and a lot of police chiefs out saying they're not going to listen to President Trump, that they're going to look out for the safety of their illegal immigrants, even those with criminal records. Doesn't that...
Well, listen, first of all, the police chiefs work for mayors, and I would bet that the mayors in those communities are Democratic, and they're their boss, okay? So they're telling them what they can or cannot do. You need, if you're a police chief or a police commissioner, director of police, you have to stand up and enforce the law. You can't just say, we're not going to enforce the law. It's one thing to not hold illegal immigrants because you don't have the capacity. But when somebody violates the law, commits a crime, and he's illegal, he should be dealt with and then turned over to the immigration authority for processing.
Donald Trump filled a lot of national security slots. There are a couple more jobs, including, of course, you've dealt with, of course, you were in Rudy Giuliani's, you were commissioner during his 10 years mayor, and this weekend he met with President-elect Trump, and of course he's being considered for a cabinet position, most likely Secretary of State. Talk to us about Rudy's qualifications for that job, his temperament, and what he may bring to it that perhaps none of the other potential candidates have.
Well, first of all, I think people don't realize this. As the mayor of New York City, you have a budget that's bigger than probably 40 different states. It's about an $80 billion budget. The government of Massachusetts, the governor, basically his budget is about $40 billion, okay? So he has an enormous budget. He has the United Nations in New York City. He has to deal with over 100 nationalities in New York City. The Jewish population of New York is second to the state of Israel. And then Rudy Giuliani, in the aftermath of 9/11, we saw his leadership, national leadership. We saw him in constant communications and dialogue with international heads of state. And then his international business affairs, where he was a private citizen in private business and has worked all over the world and done so quite well.